Common mistakes during GD.
Common mistakes in a group discussion. Wise men learn from others' mistakes while the less fortunate from their own.
Very true, Murtaza. People make general mistakes unknowingly during GD.
The first among them is emotional outbursts. Let me give one example to you.
During one GD, Rashmi was offended when one of the male participants in a group discussion made a statement on women generally being submissive while explaining his point of view. When Rashmi finally got an opportunity to speak, instead of focusing on the topic, she vented her anger by accusing the other candidate for being a male chauvinist and went on to defend women in general.
Now, what was Rashmi's mistake?
She deviated from the subject. She lost objectivity and got used to personal attacks.
So, what were the results?
Her behavior was perceived as immature and demotivating to the rest of the team.
We are going to tell you one more incident to enlighten the difference between quality and quantity.
Gautam believed that the more he talked, the more likely he was to get through the GD. So, he interrupted other people at every opportunity. He did this so often that the other candidates got together to prevent him from participating in the rest of the discussion. So remember,
assessment is not only on your communication skills, but also on your ability to be a team leader.
Evaluation is based on quality and not quantity. Your contribution must be relevant.
The mantra is contributing meaningfully to the team's success. Domination is frowned upon.
How about another example, friends?
Krishna was happy to have got a group discussion topic he had prepared for. So, he took pains to project his vast knowledge of the topic. Every other sentence of his contained statistical data. 20% of companies, 24.27% of parliamentarians felt that, I recently read in a Jupiter report that, and so on and so forth.
What was the result?
Soon the rest of the team laughed at him or ignored him and considered his data fabricated.
So friends, keep in mind,
exercise restraint in anything. You will end up being frowned upon if you attempt showing off your knowledge. Facts and figures need not validate all your statements. It's your analysis and interpretation that are equally important, not just facts and figures. You might be appreciated for your in-depth knowledge, but you will fail miserably in your people skills.
Bear in mind, such a behavior indicates how self-centered you are and indicates your inability to work in a team where different opinions are expressed. Get noticed, but for the right reasons.
Exactly, Kalpana. So let's see another interesting case of Mr. Shiv Kumar.
Shiv Kumar knew that everyone would compete to initiate a discussion. So as soon as the topic, discuss the negative effects of India joining the WTO, was read out, he began talking. In his anxiety to be the first to start speaking, he did not hear the word negative in the topic. He began discussing the ways in which the country had benefited by joining WTO, only to be stopped by the evaluator who then corrected his mistake.
You must be very careful in a GD. The consequences can be worse. Let me highlight some of them for you.
False starts are extremely expensive. They cost you your admission. It is very important to listen and understand the topic before you air your opinions. Spend a little time analyzing the topic. This may provide you with the insights which others may not have thought about. Use a pen and paper to jot down your ideas. Listen. It gives you the time to conceptualize and present the information in a better manner. Some mistakes are irreparable. Starting off the group discussion with a mistake is one such mistake, unless you have a great sense of humor.
Let us throw light on another case, that is insecurity.
Sumati was very nervous. She thought that some of the other candidates were exceptionally good. Thanks to her insecurity, she contributed little to the discussion. Even when she was asked to comment on a particular point, she preferred to remain silent. You must remember few points.
Your personality is also being evaluated. Your verbal and non-verbal cues are also being registered.
Remember, you are the participant in a GD and not the evaluator.
So rather than evaluating others, participate in the discussion.
Your confidence level is constantly being evaluated. A decent communication skill with a good confidence level is a must to crack a GD.
Focus on your strengths. Do not spend too much time thinking about others, their superiority or inferiority.